Ever wished for a radio station that's got it all? Welcome to Nexxlegacy Radio, your ultimate podcast haven where fresh, new content mingles with timeless classics. Whether you're a fan of today's hits or yesterday's gems, we've got something for everyone. Tune in, kick back, and let Nexxlegacy be your audio escape. Hit that subscribe button and join the Nexxlegacy family today.
Are you ready for Nexxlegacy?
So it's been a while since I've actually been on Blogtalk. So whoever is listening, will be listening, or whatever. This is Charles, iamBranded Madison of Nexxlegacy Radio, turning the lights out on Blogtalk. Blogtalk Radio was coming to an end as of the 31st. Now, I don't know if it's midnight or if it's like the next day after the end of business day, but whatever the case may be, I got a lot to say because I started my whole journalistic career on Blog Talk Radio back in 2007. October 7th, 2007 was when I actually took a look into this whole platform to see exactly how I could be able to voice my opinion, be heard, be recognized, whatever the case may be, right? So I took this on not knowing that this was actually going to take me a lot further than what I could imagine based on my relationships that I built throughout the years with a lot of people that I have made friends with through this platform. So randomly, because I don't get alerts or emails like I once did, and the last time I actually had a full-on broadcast, it was back in 2021. So I was logging in just because, and then that's when I realized that, as of 31st of January, this is shutting down for good. So it's only right that I just come on here for a little bit to basically just pen my little love letter to Blog Talk to say thanks. It's amazing that we've actually reached this platform of very, very good heights in regards to the years that I've had. I don't think I've been able to do more after the fact than I've actually have here. So I wanted to tell Blog Talk thank you, because I did build a lot of good relationships here. And I've forged a lot of good partnerships here. This is where it all started. And if this is where it all started and this is coming to an end, it's only fair that I just actually say hello and just spend these next like 20 minutes or so just to kind of say, hey, you know what, this is a relationship that I started back in 2007, and now it's coming to a flat end in 2025. And even though I wasn't a part of it after 2021, but just to see it end, it's actually wild to me. So, from the people that I used to explore and have these conversations in the chat room and, everything else that was a part of whole, Blog Talk history, it's just amazing because I actually have made a lot of good relationships over here. I don't think I would be doing what I'm doing now if it wasn't for what I have actually pitched in. And to help me close the door on Blog Talk forever is the one true person who has stayed down for the cause and has not wavered at all since she came onto the scene back in 2012, and it was the nice call on the Blog Talk Radio.
What's good? Hey, Blog Talk. Oh, my gosh, the thing about a Blog Talk. Like, what? It's crazy. I mean, we said goodbye, but I'm saying like the whole platform going now. We said goodbye.
Yeah.
Shut up, yeah.
I mean,
so how does it feel though? Like, how does it feel?
So hey, it's a crazy feeling because when I literally have the same PIN number that I had since 2007. So the phone numbers changed, the call-in number changed, but the call-in number and the host PIN has always been the same, which is wild to me. Like, it's crazy. So literally, I had the PIN number by heart when I used to dial in. I used to dial it in all the time, right? So I was like, once I saw it, I was like, wow, here we go. Like I said, the only thing that changed is the number, but it's crazy to me, Denia, because, you know, literally 20 minutes from now, logging off Blog Talk for the very first time. And, you know, shout out to Blog Talk for still keeping me on as a featured guest or a featured, featured whatever for like hella long. But it's coming to an end. That's crazy. So you mean to tell me that Nexxlegacy is almost going to outlast Blog Talk? That's wild.
I know, it's super wild. You know, one thing that I would ask for you, what has been your most memorable moment here on Blog Talk?
I mean, memorable, you know what, there's so many years of memorable moments. I just think the assembling of different teams, like we went through generations of people, right? First generation, second generation, third generation or whatnot. And I think just like everybody kind of having a place to call in and voice their opinion and still stay on and just want to stay on, it was always good. So I don't necessarily have like a specific one because we still have content that can take us down memory lane with like guests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just think the assembling of a team that literally like withstood years and years and years of stuff, I don't think a lot of people really realize that, like, it's been a moment. Like, when I look back and I look like, damn, like, we did a lot. Since 2007.
We did. We did a lot, and we literally launched careers here. I think that's what people don't understand is that some people, you know, they came on, they might not stay, but they decided to do other things, whether it be radio, going to real estate, whatever the situation may be, you know, they started here, right?
Yeah. I think a lot of people who want, let's just put it like this, Denia, a lot of people who wanted careers, basically had careers pop off here, who wanted to like do more with whatever it was that they were trying to do, and it's a good reflection when I look back on like, wow, this is it for Blog Talk. Like, this is it. And for the people out there that's listening on Blog Talk, you're actually simulcast. I preempted my Nexxlegacy radio to be able to air 30 minutes of a final Blog Talk goodbye. So you're getting a double treat. Like, if we get a chance, like anybody that's going to run this or listening to this live or whatever, you're actually listening to it live through the radio station that we have and that we've operated since 2020, 2021. So, hey.
Yes, hey to all of our Blog Talk family. Hey to all of our LPS family. We love y'all.
Do we though?
Yes. So, one thing that I have two moments that stand out the most. One was definitely when Stephanie Mills sang happy birthday to me. That was amazing. And the second was when all of us fangirled out on John B.
Oh, yeah. Hey, to roll it back, though, Stephanie Mills did sing happy birthday to you, huh?
Yes, that was so dope.
You know what? I'm going to have to find that old show and pull that back so you can be able to have that to keep, because I totally forgot.
Yeah, that was epic. Right. I did not.
Yeah, you're right. It was hovering around Christmas time or whatever it was, like in December or something. So
December 2nd. Yep, December 2nd. And like, I think that was one of our highest shows. Actually, that might have been we look at this point we leave Blog Talk anyways. That might have been the time we hit 124 million.
And I
think that was the time we hit 124. Yeah.
I mean, we had that. We had like Eric Braden. We had
that was the first time we hit. Eric Braden was the first time we hit the million because we hit 2 million with him.
Yeah.
That was the first time we went over 100,000. I remember. Shout out to Eric Braden. That was so dope because we saw the numbers. Like I said, Blog Talk's done anyways. Yes, we just so y'all clear, we've been getting millions of listeners. This is nothing new. We've been getting millions of listeners for years.
But you know what's funny about just, as it evolved, like I kind of really and truly feel like, you know, even looking back, like, you know, sometimes you kind of outgrow situations or outgrow moments. Like, you know, I think everybody, you know, now I don't want to say everybody because, you know, people were content being on Blog Talk because it's easy. Like, to me, you know, still hands down, Blog Talk has the best, like, call-in feature ever. Like, they're calling, like, if you hit up, and I'm not talking about the premium plans where you can have 50 callers or 100 callers, like, if you had enough, at one point in time, like, it was, you know, but then it got pricey and then it was what it was, but I think Blog Talk had the best switchboard to, like, field callers that called in, right, and how it was easy to navigate through the chat room and stuff like that. So their navigations as far as what they did, I think it was ahead of its time. And I would have loved to have a chance to just talk to somebody who's running it to be like, why shut down now? Like, is it because, you know, podcasting got so much integrated with stuff that there was really no room for the conglomerate of people that was there, or, like, you know, what made them, like, tap out, which is interesting.
Right. And that's an interesting thing too, right? Because, like, remember back in the day, it wasn't called a podcast. I don't know when it got called podcast, but when we were doing this, it wasn't called podcasting.
No, it's Blog Talk. It was Blog Talk. People blog talking. That was it. Before it became podcast, like, again, like I said, it was ahead of its time. So, Deny, you're 100% right. Like, it wasn't nobody back in, because Blog Talk Radio gave birth in 2006. I came in 2007, and like I was saying, nobody was talking Blog Talk. It was not like nobody was talking podcast, excuse me.
Podcast.
People were just a Blog Talk. People would call in, and people would do interviews, and wild out, it was what it was. But then later, it evolved into podcasting. But give Blog Talk their flowers, though. They were the innovators of, and I wish that, you know, and, you know, I sent an email to, you know, whoever, like, I would love to reach out to the person. I would love to interview them after the fact. I know they're closing down the doors, and I as I initiated Deny, like, you know, at the beginning, I was like, I don't know if it's cutting off at midnight, like on the 31st, like midnight, or is it going to, you know, be done at the end of business day on the 31st? But I would love to talk to somebody from then and just be like, you know, hey, you were the pioneers. Like, you gave all of us life when it comes to that. So, you know, give Blog Talk Radio they flowers, y'all. Like, seriously.
Absolutely. Yeah, because there wouldn't be podcasting without Blog Talk, right? Like, I think people don't understand is, like, what Blog Talk did for most people is the fact that it allowed you to participate in radio unlike ever before, right? Like you were talking about the fact of, like, the one thing that we did that nobody else did was that when we had guests call in, we actually let them stay on and talk to people. Because for whatever reason, a lot of people would, like, they'd have a guest call in. Don't let it be a celebrity. Oh my God, you definitely ain't getting on air. But, like, they might let you ask one question and then hang up on you. Like, I don't even understand how that works and why y'all think that's okay. Because that's hella disrespectful. Just saying.
You get a guest on. They wanted to take the guest to themselves, so they didn't want to share with the people who actually had, like, calls or whatever. But, you know, hey, to each his own. You know, and then it kind of got oversaturated, and and I used to say this a lot, like, everybody that's on Blog Talk should not have a show, just saying, because, you know, people would be doing unforeseen things on the air, and it would just be weird, right? But, you know, it was a lot more good than bad with it or whatever, but the appreciation level I have is tremendous, and I think that's, you know, listen, shout out to everybody who ever called into the show. Shout out to everybody who, you know, hung around. Shout out to all the generations of people that we fucked with. Shout out to the people who made it fun. Like, you know, listening to old shows, it was fun. It wasn't like it was dead and dormant. It was a lot of fun. So, you know, even though there's a lot of people now who have not participated or partake into, like, what's going on now, I appreciate y'all for what y'all did back then, because it was a live show, it was a live broadcast, everything was unscripted, it was fun.
It was awesome. Like we got to have moments, right? Like we got to have the greatest moment in the world. We were on, like, let's be very clear. We were on air the second time that Barack Obama got elected, and like that was like the best celebration ever on air. Like literally, Charles gave us like 15 minutes. If we're going on air, we're going live now. We're like, okay, let's go, let's do it. And we were on air for like 3 hours, celebrating the fact that we had reelected the first black, probably one and only black president.
Yeah, the one and only.
And
hey, yeah. Top, like, rewind it going backwards. We were on the air live in 2008 when he became the first black president of the United States, literally. And we caused our...
What does that feel like, though? Like, what? Like, I can't even imagine, like, oh, my God.
He went in, did his acceptance speech or whatnot. Like, that was one for the ages, right? So that will be played and aired, and it hasn't dropped on YouTube yet, but it will. People out there that will be, possibly running this back as we close the doors, they could go back and they could just, and I put it in the chat room, they could put in, look for Nexxlegacy.com, look for us, look for DenyAzure.com, look for us, just a lot of histories. Like, we had a lot of good celebrities who also passed away, from Alan Thicke to Shabba-Doo, God, special one
Sarah
from Dark, Bobby Womack, so many people that we had on. That's Henry Farnborough of the Spinners, of the legendary Spinners, Hinton Battle, so many people that we've had on that's no longer here as well. And of course, we can't say anything without shouting out the first lady of Nexxlegacy, Sweet Aaron, who passed away at 15 as well. So, the lucky thing we have, Denia, is we still have a lot of these shows that we can roll back with memories attached to it as well, right? Like, but made me remember, like, oh, that's right, 70 Mills did sing Happy Birthday to You and shit, all right? So now, because I know it or I forgot, I need to go find it so I can make sure that I grab that and give it to you, because that's a moment nobody can from you, right? So,
Absolutely not.
That's crazy. What other, as we got 8 minutes left before we sign out of Blog Talk for the final time, you got any other memories that you need to, like, pop out there and put for the people?
God, there was so many. I mean, I think one of the best memories for us was the one that most people haven't been able to hear was our final broadcast on here, because it was just it shows what can happen when you really do put in the work and when you really take the time out and dedication. Because I remember when you first had talked about the fact that you want to start your own platform, I was like, are you sure? Are we sure we're ready? All that kind of stuff. And look at what we've done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know what?
That was insane.
If we would have held on and stayed, never mind. I ain't even go there. I love Blog Talk.
Right.
If we would have stayed, it would have been a hot mess, though, because then we'd have been figuring out life. Like, we need to just hang it up there, and if that's not the case. But God works in a lot of different ways, though. I'm so serious, because, seriously, if it wasn't for Blog Talk, I wouldn't have met you. If it wasn't for Blog Talk, I wouldn't have met the other people that was on. If it wasn't for Blog Talk, like, I think I would be able to have some of the relationships that I do still have with some of the celebrities to this day. And, grateful for it. Like, it's, to me, it should always be about building bridges and just making sure that, Denia, you already know, you know how we roll. Pay it forward, people. That's how it's supposed to be done, right? So it's amazing that now Blog Talk is not going to be around anymore. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It is. When you told me, I was like, wait, what? They're leaving? Like, how does this work? Like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And when you think about it.
Online sounds wild, but Blog Talk is always on point. We're having shady calls that call in, like the breakups of just saying, Just saying, I love you, Blog Talk, though, but see, that was a problem back in 07, 08, 09, 2010, or whatever. But, nah, you cool, though. I can hear you clearly, but, you know, some of the stuff gets a little choppy, but that's the phone line. But I love you, Blog Talk. I know it's about done for you, though.
Right.
But I still find that they have the best switchboard on-air call-in ever. So, hopefully...
Yes.
I'm saying this way, I can emulate that in some way, shape, or form with my community of folks too. So, but listen, 5 minutes left beforehand. It's been a run. It's been a run. Blog Talk saying goodbye. That's crazy. Did you ever listen before listening to Nexxlegacy? Did you ever listen to like any other like Blog Talk shows?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was on I was doing Blast Your Thoughts, Steve Thought Radio,
Shout out to her. Shout out to her.
Diva Ebony is a beast. Love her. She really taught me the game when it came to how to host properly. So shout out to Diva, real talk. Diva Ebony, if y'all don't know, man, follow that queen. She's definitely she's still doing her thing over on YouTube and all that.
Hey, hold up her though. Oh, if she didn't like move all of her content, like tell her to go grab shit. Tell her to go grab her shit.
Oh crap! Oh yeah, you're right. I think I'm pretty sure she did though. But let me remind her.
Shoot her real quick and be like, hey, they're about to close the door on the 31st. Like, you know, I don't know if it's the 31st midnight or the end of business day. I'm sure it's the end of business. They would have let everybody know it's all done. But tell Diva to go. Hey, go download all her shit. Like, go get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody out there, go get your shit before it closes down.
Right.
Go, run.
No, we're talking. If you have not already downloaded your stuff, y'all better do it now, cause
run, people. Go get it. That'd be wrong. I get it. Hey, especially shout out to Gab, because if it wasn't for Gab, I wouldn't have woke up. So thanks, Gab.
Yeah. That's real talk though.
Hey, for real, like, hey. Nah, he'll always be on the part of the shout-out list, and I always tell his story. So shout out to Gab for saving the content. You know, he'll have a special like plaque somewhere on an office or whatever, but that's about it. That's about it.
That's about it. Okay. Not real talk though. That's LPS. So yeah, shout out.
Shout out to everybody else. Like, listen, at the end of the day, as 2 minutes, 30 seconds come down before Blog Talk is we're done. I will
right, because they don't even give you the half an hour no more. Like, you remember back in the day we used to have the after hours? They don't give you that no more. Who's that?
Fun one, like the after hours. We used to, even in the first generation, be like, oh, yeah, I got such and such to say. No. Hold that for the after hours. Hold it.
Right, yeah.
Yes. And in order for you to listen, you would have to go download the show. So whoever got those shows from back in the day, bless your heart, if you still got them. But those are the moments. But yeah, as we wind down, like, shout out to those people out there that still hung tough on Blog Talk Radio. Like I said, my whole mission, like, you know, I got to say this like in a minute 30 is, like, I just used to, like, I wanted this platform so I could literally use it as an umbrella so everybody else could shine, which is the reason why I had Smoke Alive Radio on here, Outlaw Culture Radio, Team Dime Radio, Truth and Conspiracy Theory. You know, Will had a show, VP DZ had a show, Denia, you had a show, Ladies Night had a show. I mean, you know, the show, everybody, I mean, it was supposed to be a spinoff on top of a spinoff, and that's how everybody should use their platform. Use it as as a as an opportunity for people to be able to grow and enhance and stuff like that. Like that's the mission. But this was a lot of fun. Blog Talk. Thank you for the memories. I'm not gonna cry and be like into the road, boo hoo hoo, because everybody should go to nexxlegacy.com, deniashore.com. Make sure you hit us up on social media. Denia still has all 3 mainstream platforms. I do not. You have to do some digging in order for you to find me. So make sure y'all do that. I don't have Instagram no more. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Twitter X, but I do have Blue Sky, and I have my own website. Subscribe. Make sure you put your email in. Subscribe on. And TikTok is still around, I guess, until TikTok goes away. So hit me there. Oh, yeah. Now I'm throwing shade at the 40th president of the United States as I log off this thing for the last time. Shade thrown. Care less about that goddamn president. Bye, Felicia. But
period.
You know what? They give you like 10 minutes of after hours before they shut it down. Oh, that's wild.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Not like the hour they used to have though. Like it used to be like we used to be on like 3 hours, and then they gave us an hour of after hours, and then they would cut us off. Because I would remember like every time like we would be done with a show, right? Aaron would always have to call me on the 3-way because for whatever reason, I feel like her phone would always tap out.
Hold on. Yeah.
But she would and then she would have to either I would have to call her or she would call me and murder.
Yeah.
Whatever. Crazy. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, the memories of Blog Talk. Huh.
Yes. Well, Blog Talk, I mean, it's, this is goodbye for real.
For real. Like the company
it was goodbye for us in 2021, but now it's goodbye for everybody.
Yeah. No, like gone. Like everybody, pack your shit up and go. Get out of here. Boo. Boo. But you know what?
Yes.
They had plenty of time. They got the memo or they got the eviction notice in November, so they got it. Time. They had time. But see, like me, all I got to do is end this broadcast and then download it and then delete it and then life's good. So there you go.
That's it. We're done.
There you go. Or not even that. Or I'll just keep it up and then wherever it's going to wind up landing, just land somewhere where all I know is go follow all things Denia Azure, DANYAAZURE.
Let me do it.
Or
you mess it up. Hold on, you mess it up. DANAYAAZURE.
That's what I said.
I
said DA. What did I see? You got me all fucked up now. DANYAAZURE, right? Did I say that?
No, you did it wrong, but it's okay.
My bad.
It's all good. It's all good. Yes. Make sure you about all things Nexxlegacy. Subscribe to the YouTube because he's killing it over there. Like, I'm just saying, like, y'all better subscribe now before he get 100,000 subscribers. And you're like, what happened? You're not going to know who you were.
Yeah.
So,
subscribe to YouTube now before you get lost in the numbers because we'll find you. You just got to send us a special shout out or something, right? But yeah, find us now before you get lost. And shout out to all the people that still maintain because I know there was a Jackson's Music Marathon going on. So shout out for the preempted. Y'all still staying on. I'm looking at y'all. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Nah, but real talk. Much love to all of our people that have followed us on Blog Talk for so long. Shout out to Blog Talk for keeping us featured all this time, even though we haven't been here. And shout out to our amazing listeners on Nexxlegacy, the Legacy Platform Service. We appreciate y'all. The fact that we have been able to grow this platform so quickly, it's just amazing, and we couldn't do it without y'all. So we really do appreciate you. That's why we are the number one station for the people because we absolutely love y'all and for real.
Hey, can we give a shout out to Germany as well?
Man, girl, much love to Germany.
Shout out to Canada. Shout out to the people that's popping in and popping out. But listen, I'm looking at y'all real time, and like I said, whoever in Germany is like taking the lead, if y'all got like some company somewhere y'all are like connected, can y'all please just send me something, like an email, branded@nexxlegacy.com or something like that. I still have that one. Or Charles Madison at Nexxlegacy.com. Send it to one of them emails. Just let me know you're from whatever part of Germany and that y'all love us and the reason why y'all listening. Because I just want to know, like, if y'all want to fly me and Denia out there so we can do a live broadcast somewhere, we down.
Let's go. Let's get anywhere but here, please. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, and my Canadian folks out there, too, shout out to y'all because y'all keep the light on all the time. So big ups and shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. And then, of course, all my people in the United States, everywhere that's listening right now, like, it's wild that as Blogtalk is now in the after hours, it just reminds me of, like, it just reminds me of, like, all kinds of wild shit. Like, oh, it's just going to be crazy. There are spiking listeners now because we preempted. Is it just because we preempted the show? Because everybody's, like, listening, like, oh, who's on right now? So, Denia, can you give out your social media since we got a lot of people out there?
Most definitely. You can follow me on all social media at Denia Azure, DANAYAAZURE. I like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Denia for you, facebook.com/Denia Azure Radio. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube at Denia Azure, and you can go to my website, www.DANAYAAZURE.com.
Appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all popping in and popping out. I see people like, we get a spike in listeners, and then people like, I just think people are like checking for us right now. Hey, I see people tuned in on the Roku channel on TV, so y'all are listening to was on Blog Talk, now it's after hours, but Nexxlegacy on Roku TV. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate Toronto tuning in on TuneIn. So shout out to y'all listening on TuneIn. That's big. Finding other platforms to listen to Nexxlegacy is definitely dope. So I shout out to all the people that's using Google Chrome. Hey, Google, we need a paycheck, though. Holla at your boy. Just saying. Google Chrome, holla at your boy. Just saying.
This is why you need Nexxlegacy in your life. Ready to build your legacy? Welcome to Nexxlegacy Radio, the #1 station for the people. Here we empower aspiring artists and businesses with the best hip-hop and R&B, mixed with motivational content for your personal growth. Subscribe now and join our community. Don't forget to share the love, spread the word about Nexxlegacy.